Welcome back, students. In this section, we are discussing about the spherical lens. What is meant by a lens? A simple definition that we can given to a lens is it is a transparent medium bounded by two spherical surfaces. Different types of lenses are available, but we are considering the main two types of spherical lens. One is a convex lens and the other one is a concave lens. What is the difference between this convex lens and concave lens? So before that, we already mentioned that it is known as a spherical lens. Why it is known as a spherical lens? The convex lens and concave lens are known as spherical lens because of these two lenses are obtained from a pair of spheres. The convex lens means that is the intersection of two solid transparent spheres. A concave lens means it is a space between two solid transparent spheres. Anyhow, this convex and concave lenses are part of a pair of solid spheres. That's why these spherical lenses consist of both the surface as the part of spheres. If both the surfaces are curved outward or bulged outward, then that is a convex lens. If both the surfaces are curved inward or bulged inward, then that is a concave lens. Both the surfaces are bulged outward, then that is a convex lens. Both the surfaces are curved inward, then that is a concave lens. So we have to consider certain terms related to these spherical lenses, both for the concave lens and convex lens. The first term is optical center. The optical center of a spherical lens means it is the midpoint or the center point of that lens. Normally it is represented with capital letter O. The midpoint or the center point of a spherical lens is known as its optical center. Then the second point is the center of curvature. For a spherical lens, whether it is a concave lens or convex lens, a pair of center of curvatures are there. Already we mentioned that the spherical lenses are formed from a solid spheres, a pair of solid spheres. And these spheres has a center. That centers are known as the center of curvature for the spherical lens. On either side, on either side of the lens, these center of curvatures exist. It is normally represented as C1 and C2. The centers of these spheres from which the spherical lens is obtained or from which the spherical lens is formed, that is known as the center of curvature. Next term is the principal axis. The principal axis is an imaginary straight line passing through the optic center and the center of curvatures. The straight line which is passing through the optic center and the center of curvatures. That straight line is known as the principal axis. And for the case of spherical lenses also, we can define a radius of curvature. That is a radius of pair of spheres from which the spherical lenses are formed. The next is an important term, that is a principal focus. In order to define this principal focus, we have to consider a parallel beam of light falls on this concave lens and falls on this convex lens. What happens when a parallel beam of light falls on this convex lens and concave lens? These things you may learn from the lower classes itself. whenever a parallel beam of light falls on a convex lens after refraction, because the light rays are moving from, normally the light rays are passing from air to glass, that is air to this lens. Then the light rays should undergo a refraction. And due to the peculiar shape of this convex lens and concave lens, after refraction, in case of a convex lens, after refraction, all the light rays are converged to a single point or concentrated to a single point. That point always at the principal axis. And that point is known as the principal focus. We can define it as, for a convex lens, the point on the principal axis at which parallel beam of light rays converges after refraction or intersected after refraction. And what happens in case of a concave lens? When a parallel beam of light falls on this concave lens, due to the peculiar shape of this concave lens, after refraction, these light rays are diverges to different directions. Path change happens due to the refraction, and as a result of that refraction, these light rays are diverges to different directions. And when we are observing these diverged light rays, we can see that these light rays are originating from a common point on the other side of the lens. And that point is also obtained on the principal axis. And that point is known as the principal focus of a concave lens. So in case of a concave lens, the point on the principal axis at which parallel beam of light rays seems to be diverging after refraction or appears to diverge after refraction. Due to this converging action, the convex lens is known as a converging lens, and due to this diverging action, the concave lens is known as a diverging lens. And for the principal focus, we can give a common definition for this concave lens and convex lens. A simple definition which we can apply for this convex and concave. Principal focus is a point on the principal axis at which parallel beam of light rays converges or seems to be diverged after refraction. Point on the principal axis at which parallel beam of light rays converges or seems to be diverged after refraction. That is known as the principal focus for a spherical lens. Next term is the focal length. Focal length means it is the distance between optic center and the principal focus. Distance between the principal focus and the optic center is known as the focal length, and it is represented with small letter f. One more point we have to keep in mind is lens is a transparent medium. That means if the light rays enter on either side of this lens, the refraction takes place. So, for a concave lens and for a convex lens, two principal foci exist. That means if we consider the light rays from first surface, then we obtain on the other side of the lens a particular principal focus. And if we just reverse the lens, that means second surface is in contact with the incident light rays, then in this situation also, on the other side, we obtain a principal focus. So, for a concave lens and convex lens, a pair of principal foci is available on either side. It is normally represented as F1 and F2. Capital letter F1 and F2 is used as the representations for this principal foci. And also you should keep in mind, we already mentioned the terms center of curvature C1 and C2. Then while drawing the ray diagrams of the spherical lens, the C1 and C2 representations are not using. Instead of that one, we are using double the length of that focal length. That means F1 and F2 we have to mark, and instead of the C1 and C2, we have to mark 2F1 and 2F2. That is double the length of that focal length from the optic center. 2F1 and 2F2. That is the normal representations or normal points we have to mark on the principal axis while we are drawing the ray diagrams.